Assalamu alaikum. Today I will discuss about liver cirrhosis. Firstly, I discuss about the anatomy of liver. Then I'll shortly. Then I'll discuss about liver cirrhosis briefly. From liver cirrhosis, I'll discuss about what is cirrhosis of liver. Then I'll discuss causes, clinical feature management, and what is the end stage of liver. Now, the anatomy of liver. I draw a liver. As we know that liver is the largest organ of the body. It is about 1.5 kg. I'll discuss about the anatomy. Especially I'll discuss about the blood supply of liver because it is very important. This is abdominal artery. Abdominal artery gives branch into celiac artery. Then it gives branch hepatic artery. Hepatic artery is the main artery supply of liver. Now I'll discuss about the venous drainage. I draw a stomach, pancreas, spleen. From intestine, venous blood enter into liver. This is known as a portal vein. This portal vein and hepatic artery enter into livers and drain into central vein. This central vein drain into inferior vena cava. Now I'll discuss about hepatic lobule. This is central vein. I draw a hepatic lobule. It is hexagonal in shape. In every corner there is a portal vein and hepatic artery and bile channel, which is known as a portal tire. In every corner there is a portal tire. This is bile, biliary channel. Now this is sinusoid. This hepatic artery blood and portal vein blood, venous blood and blood enters into sinusoid, then comes into the central vein. Central vein then drains into inferior vena cava. This hepatic artery and portal vein also gives nutrition and some exchange in hepatocyte. There is a hepatocyte exchange drugs, nutritions, oxygen and carbon dioxide. Then from hepatocyte blood comes to the channel circulation, then comes into the central vein. This central vein then goes to the inferior vena. There is also a biliary channel, bile channel, where it is come from center to periphery. This is known as a this is a biliary channel. This is known as a centrifugal and this portal vein and hepatic artery goes from periphery to center. This is known as a centripetal. There is also lymphatic drainage which comes from center to periphery. This is known as a portal tire. Now there is a this is a sinusoid. There is a special type of cell, name is stellate cell. This is a from sinusoid. This is hepatocyte. From hepatocyte to sinusoid there is a special area, name is space of DC. This space of DC there is a special type of cell, name is stellate cell. I draw here. This is a hepatocyte. This is hepatocyte. This is sinusoid. This space is name is space of DC. There is special type of cell named stellate cell. If any virus like hepatitis B, as we know that it spread through blood parenteral route. Then if hepatitis B comes into sinusoidal blood, this is a blood sinusoidal lumen, then virus if this virus attack this cell is more aggressive, then it release cytokines release. These cytokines produce or promote collagen, excessive collagen formation here. This is special type of stellate cell turn into myofibroblast cell. They form collagen and fibrosis. These disrupt the hepatic architecture, normal hepatic architecture, so that it turns into cirrhosis of liver. Lumen of this sinusoidal lumen is disrupted also. This is called cirrhosis of liver. What is cirrhosis of liver? Cirrhosis of liver is characterized by diffuse hepatic fibrosis and hepatic nodule. Now I will discuss about the causes and clinical feature of cirrhosis of liver. Now discuss about the clinical feature. Hepatomegaly. Why hepatomegaly? Because liver there is a very much nodule and fibrosis occurs, so liver size is enlarged, so hepatomegaly occur. But in last stage of cirrhosis of liver, there is a small liver of size of liver is a small liver in late stage. Now jaundice. Why jaundice? Because excess bilirubin found, because as we know that spleen destruct RBC, so that's why increased bilirubin. If bilirubin cannot go into liver, in the pathway there is a problem, so that causes increased bilirubin. If liver cannot take bilirubin and or cannot break down bilirubin, so there cause increased bilirubin. This causes jaundice. Now ascites. Why ascites occur? Because there is a splanchnic vasodilation. From the sinusoid, the fluid leak from blood circulation, then it goes into the abdomen, causes ascites. Now hepatic encephalopathy. Hepatic encephalopathy. Why hepatic encephalopathy? Because as we know that hepatic encephalopathy occurs because, as we know that liver detoxifying ammonia, as we know that liver is weak, so it cannot detoxifying ammonia cross blood brain barrier. So in brain it causes toxic formation, toxic situations, that is called hepatic encephalopathy. Now endocrine. In male, loss of libido and gynecomastia. If patient takes spironolactone, then it causes painful gynecomastia. In female, amenorrhea, loss of menstruation. Then circulatory change. Circulatory change is Palmar erythema, collateral vessel spider telangiectasia. Spider telangiectasia is if we see in the umbilicus or chest, we can see that blood vessel is dilated. Circulatory gents. Then purpura, ecchymosis, easily bluish. Why this occurs? Because liver produce coagulant factor, but as we know that liver cannot do its functions, so there is less coagulation factor or coagulant, so easily purpura, ecchymosis, easily bruising occur. Then pigmentation, portal hypertension, extrahepatic vein obstruction occurs. So that causes portal hypertension. From portal hypertension there is variceal bleeding. Portal hypertension, if reached liver blood pressure and free liver blood pressure difference is more than 12, then causes variceal bleeding. If it is more than 10, that it is more than 10 millimeter of mercury, then it is called portal hypertension. Another is pigmentation. Why pigmentation occurs? That hemochromatosis is increased iron, so that is called pigmentation. Now what is the causes of liver cirrhosis? Now I'll discuss about the causes of liver cirrhosis. One is alcohol. In Western country, alcohol is the most common causes of liver cirrhosis. Second is non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Third is hepatitis B and C. Another is primary sclerosing cholangitis and primary biliary cholangitis. Another is genetic is hemochromatosis, and another is Wilson's disease. Now I'll discuss about the management is treatment of the causes is the management. If patient is alcoholic, then stop alcohol. It is reversible cirrhosis. Non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, hepatitis B and C. If patient hepatitis B, then vaccination. To prevent this, patient have to take vaccine against hepatitis B. Then primary sclerosing cholangitis, treatment of the cholangitis. Genetics, it cannot be treated, but it can be preventable. Now if jaundice occur, then rest, fluid. If ascites occur, then tips, transjugular intrahepatic portosystemic shunt, or paracentesis or diuresis. Hepatic encephalopathy, then lactulose, because constipation precipitating hepatic encephalopathy. Now this is the treatment of liver cirrhosis. Now I'll discuss about the staging. Now it has a 5 parameter. One is encephalopathy, bilirubin, prothrombin time, albumin, ascites. If encephalopathy is mild or marked, then 2 or 3 bilirubin milligram per deciliter, 2 to 3, and 3 milligram per deciliter is 3. Prothrombin time is less than 4 minutes, 4 to 6 and less than 6. Then albumin is a gram per deciliter 3.5, 3.5 to 2.8, less than 2.8. Ascites is mild or marked. If marked, then 3. This is Assalamu alaikum.